Jessica had been working in the same office for 2 years with no real connection to any of her co-workers, but when a handsome new hire arrived, she couldn't help but pay attention. From day one, Mark oozed a quiet and mysterious charm that intrigued her. It seemed almost effortless on his part, and yet, each time he looked her way, she couldn't keep her heart from beating a little faster. Jessica had developed a bit of a crush on her co-worker, Mark. He was a couple of years younger than her and had a fresh-faced confidence that was now dominating the office atmosphere. She began researching his profile online. He was 27 years old, an educated engineer, and lived alone in an expensive downtown apartment. Little did she know her interest was mutual. Despite their mutual respect for each other, the two of them had never worked closely together until one afternoon. Their boss had them working side by side on a project. The project quickly turned into a flirtatious game of wits. Mark would look up from his laptop, and Jessica would look down. They'd both exchange sly smiles and snarky comments, all without giving away too much. After a few hours, they were alone and the banter stopped. Jessica mustered up the courage to approach him. Her heart was pounding as she tiptoed up to his desk. He noticed her presence and looked up with a smirk, his eyes sparkling. Jessica turned to Mark and looked deeply into his eyes. Her breath caught in her throat as they both sensed what was to come. Without another word, Mark pulled her chair close and kissed her passionately. As their lips parted, Jessica slipped into her chair, knowing this was just the beginning. After that day, the attraction between the two of them became undeniable. Every day, one secret smile or lingering glance would send shivers down Jessica's spine. Mark would make excuses to be close to her, and he even began to act differently. He was more confident, more playful, and always attentive. With the office empty, the two of them began their secret flirtations. Mark whispered softly in Jessica's ear as they worked on their project, exploring each other with their hands. Eventually, their bodies moved closer, and he started caressing more and more intimate places. With no words, they locked gazes and slowly made their way around the desk towards each other. Mark took her face in his hands while Jessica wrapped her arms around his neck. With an impulsive hunger, his lips met hers. Jessica's eyes widened in surprise, but she quickly melted into the kiss, her hands finding their way into Mark's hair as she kissed him back with equal fervor. Their tongues danced together, their bodies pressed close as Mark's hands roamed over Jessica's curves. She let out a soft moan as he trailed kisses down her neck. The next thing Jessica knew, they were in Mark's office, the door closed and locked behind them. Mark had taken control, and the passion between them heated up in a matter of moments. Click the link in the description to read the full story.